guys, welcome back to Lasagna ASMR. I'm so happy to see you because today I have something awesome and fun planned for you. And I should probably come up with an intro, but we'll work on that, yeah. We'll work on it together. As you can see, I'm wearing my Team Mexico jersey. Even though this has nothing to do with Team Mexico or the World Cup, we're doing a general knowledge quiz today, general knowledge trivia. I don't even know what you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, it's here. And let's see, every question that you get correct will count that as a point. And let me know how many points you get. I'm not sure how many questions there are, but I'm just going to keep asking until, how about we get 50 questions? So, I found a random quiz on Buzzfeed. It's on my phone. It's Buzzfeed. So, 50 questions. I'm going to ask you 50 questions. Try to get as close to 50 as possible. And, let's see. Let's see what you get. Let's see what you get. Come on. Let's go. Let's explore. Alright, so, first question. I'm going to turn my brightness down because it's shining really bright on my face. Even though my light's already doing that. So, let me just adjust that a little bit. First question. What scene from U.S. history is depicted on the back of the $2 bill? I'll say that one more time. What scene from U.S. history is depicted on the back of the $2 bill? I'll give you a little bit of time to get your answer ready. It is the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Declaration. The signing of the Declaration of Independence. Next question. Question number 2. Did you get that last one right? If you did, that's a point. Write it down or memorize it, however many. Whatever works for you. Alright. Which 1971 film features the song The Candyman? This is the second question. Which 1971 film features the song, The Candyman? Answer. I'll give you a few minutes, seconds, who knows. Okay, the answer is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from 1971. Do you like the Johnny Depp version? I haven't watched either in like a long time. Anyways, I'm gonna speed up because I am going really slow. So, what is the capital of Kenya? I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably gonna butcher this, but Nairobi is the answer. Nairobi. That was question 12. Let's go. Speed up a little bit. What is the most common blood type? Which blood type is most common? Which blood type is most common? The answer. Answer if you don't have it yet. You should get it. O positive. I don't know what I am, honestly. Alright, which poet wrote the line, "Hope is the thing with feathers"? Hope is the thing with feathers. Hope is the thing with feathers. Who wrote that? Who? You should know this. It's Emily Dickinson. She was Emily Dickinson. Guys, that was question 14, by the way. How many have you gotten? Right. What does the Spanish phrase "mi casa es su casa" translate to? This is question 15, and you should know this. Come on. If you don't know this, you know this. I know you know this. It means my house is your house. Alright, you probably got that right, and if you did, that was question 15. How many have you gotten right out of 15 so far? Alright, you should also know this one. Who composed the song Moonlight Sonata? You should know this. It was Beethoven. Okay. I have no idea. I've never watched Casino, but question 17. What is the name of the casino in Casino? I'm probably gonna butcher this again, but what was the name of the casino in Casino? I think it's a movie. The Tangiers. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If any of you are Casino fans, I'm so sorry. What is the world's tallest building? You should know this. Question number 18. It is the Burj Khalifa. I hope you knew that. Okay. Which book begins with the phrase, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times"? That is A Tale of Two Cities. That is the answer. I'm sorry, I did not give you any time to answer that one. What the heck? Alright, but we're gonna move on a little bit. We're going to the next one. Next question. Number 21. Question 21. What is the world's hardest natural material? What is it? I know this, and you definitely should know this, because if I know this, then there's no way you don't know it. It's diamond. Just like in Minecraft, man. Has Minecraft not taught you anything? I'm sure it did. I'm sure you got that question correct. And by the way, that was question number 21. Okay, so we gotta move pretty quickly here. So we can get to 50, alright? And you can get yourself to sleep. I'm assuming that's what you're trying to do. Anyways, let's continue. 22. Who was the first actor to voice Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo franchise? In the entire Scooby-Doo franchise, who was the first person to voice Shaggy? Oh, like Zoink Scoob. Who was the first one? Who? Alright, it was Casey Kasem. Oh yeah, okay. If you don't get this, then I don't know what's wrong. Just kidding, I didn't know the answer either. But I feel like I should have, because I was a journalism major before, and I feel like it's bad that I didn't know the answer to this, but now I do, so it's fine. Which early innovation is Johannes Gutenberg known for? What early innovation is Johannes Gutenberg known for? Sorry if I butchered the name, by the way. It is the printing press. The printing press is the answer to that. That's the question number 23. Alright, number 24. Which word is used to refer to the bones in your fingers and toes? You should know this. It's a funny name. It's a funny name, and I knew it because of my junior year anatomy class, and that was so freaking fun. I loved that class. I miss the guys I was in that class with, dude. They were hella funny. Anyways, the answer, phalanges. It's your phalanges right here. Listen. Phalanges. It's pretty funny. question I was expecting, to be honest with you. It is a chromosome 21. Question 42. What percentage of the population is ambidextrous? Ambidextrous. What percentage of the population is ambidextrous? They can write, or they're like, basically, like, they can use both hands. I don't think it's just to write, but I think it's like both hands are their dominant hand, so like, they don't have a dominant hand, so like, they're not a righty or a lefty, you know? They can use both, whenever they want, for whatever they want. Or maybe even, like, they use their different hands for different things, who knows? Who knows what sort of things they're doing with their hands? I don't want to know. If you're ambidextrous, don't tell me, except I'm a little curious. So, like, which hand do you write with, or do you just write with both? So how many sisters? Anyway, sorry, that was question 42. Question 42. 43 now. How many sisters does Ariel have in The Little Mermaid? She has 6, which is one less than what, or sorry, not one less, one more than what I have. Ariel has 6 sisters, isn't that crazy? In The Little Mermaid. Question 44. What is the most popular pizza chain in the US? And obviously, I don't think it should be the most popular pizza chain. Sorry to the answer, but I prefer one a lot better than I prefer this one. A lot better. The answer is Domino's. Domino's. Shout out Little Caesars though. I freaking love Little Caesars. Anyways, question 45. What is the oldest known tree species? The oldest known tree species. I hope you really like nature, because this is a long name. Kind of. It is the Great Basin bristlecone pine. Bristlecone. 46. What colors appear on the Hungarian flag? What colors are on the Hungarian flag? The answer is red, white, and green. Let's see if you got that one. Alright, up to our last 3 questions. Number 47. Which movie in which movie in that Friday the 13th series was the first to find or figure Jason's iconic hockey mask? I'll give you a hint, it wasn't the first one. Which one? Which one did Jason start wearing his hockey mask in the Friday the 13th series? Which one? It is Friday the 13th Part 3. So the 3rd movie he started wearing it. Alright, number 48. This surprised me. Which US president spoke English as a second language? Not his first, his second language. And he was a US president. Isn't that awesome? It was Martin Van Buren. We got our last 2 questions. I really hope you got every single one right from this point. All the way from the beginning, which would be, like, really impressive and honestly a little scary. And I hope that you can, like, tutor me or something. Question 49. What's the oldest continuous sporting event in the United States? The oldest continuous sporting event in the United States. Which one is it? What is it? It is the Kentucky Derby. Alright, last question. I really hope you guys have had fun. But now it's time to get serious. It's time to lock in. If you get this last question correct, then, like, you're just amazing, man. I don't even know. I haven't even read the question yet. But once I read it, I'm sure the answer and, like, whatever the question is going to be, like, incredible. So, question 50. How many title deeds does a standard game of Monopoly include? I'm sure this is a great question to somebody. How many title deeds does a standard game of Monopoly include? The answer, drumroll, 28. 28. Alright, so that has been 50 questions. I hope you guys got every single one right, because I'm obviously rooting for you, but okay, be honest, you didn't get every single one right. You really didn't. think the last one was like very like, these last two have been like a lot of questions where you can interact with it. But I also want to do some more like, you know, fast and aggressive, like mouth sounds, or like, you know, just tapping sounds, you know, or just assorted triggers. You know, I'm happy to do anything. I'd love to explore more of like what I'm good at in ASMR. So, you know, as I grow as a creator and make more videos, I'd love to just explore and expand my horizons, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you watch, subscribe, like, you know. I totally forgot to even ask you guys to do